So one of my loyal Patreon supporters asked me, how do I make my ex regret losing me? And honestly, this is one of those questions that people ask me continually, that for some reason people's ego cannot deal with the fact that some people do better without them. Our egos cannot deal with the fact that some people are happier without us. And so we get fixated and obsessed with making our ex regret losing us. And the reason why we want them to regret losing us, a big reason why, is for us to feel validated, for ourselves to feel like we're worthy enough, for ourselves to feel happy. Because some people find happiness in sweet revenge, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's right. I completely understand the pleasure in getting revenge on an ex. I completely get it. So we're going to talk about how to make your ex regret losing you, and what you should and shouldn't do to make that happen, okay? And mind you, if you go to prison for this, don't tell people you watch my channel. Don't tell the judge you watch my channel. Don't tell the DA you watch my channel. Tell them you watch Mark Rosenfeld. Tell them you watch Matthew Hussey. Any of them, those kind of coaches. Father Alex cannot catch a case, okay? And don't forget, we're having 20% off all of my coaching calls and 50% off all of my courses using the new coupon code MINDFUL. The old coupon code, a lot of you guys struggled with it simply because maybe I did it wrong, to be honest with you. No, some of you guys are just typing around, people, okay? So we're changing the coupon code to just MINDFUL. MINDFUL, ladies and gentlemen, all right? Look at the channel name, okay? We're not fucking dumb, Alexis. Okay, sorry. So don't forget, you can purchase Emotional Mastery at 50% off, and my new course, Charisma Blueprint, at 50% off. Okay, that's like the beauty of this discount. So first things first, okay. If you're a woman, right, the one thing that almost any guy will tell you that hurts them the most when they see their exes, and I've said this many times, right, and this video is mostly for the new people. Unfortunately for you ladies, guys, we are very superficial when it comes to our exes. Nothing will make an ex-boyfriend happier than seeing his ex gain weight. Want to know why? Because now we could get over them, right? And it sucks. I know it sounds crazy, but seeing an ex get unhealthy, eating bad, and just like fucking eating bad and getting bigger, people. I'm just being honest with you, okay? Please don't unsubscribe. I'm just keeping it real. As guys, we feel like we had her at her best. I know. Crazy, right? We feel like we had you at your best. So there's no need for me to feel any regret. There's no need for me to feel any sadness, because I know that the next guy that has you doesn't have what I had. And we're not talking about age, people, because as we get older, we get attracted to people our age. We're talking about in shape, being healthy. Because a lot of the reasons why they might want to get back with you is not because of love, but because of vanity. You look better, or you're happy, so I want you. So this desire of exes, a lot of the times, is kind of toxic. So as an ex, seeing my ex-girlfriend, and I suffered because she got hotter, people. Jesus Christ. 1 second. She got hotter, people. I don't know how the fuck she did that shit, man. I'm like, the fuck? How is she hotter? Like, I remember one time, and you guys are gonna judge me for it, but I don't care, to be honest with you. You guys asked me this question, I make it. My ex, she started gaining weight, and I'm not even gonna lie. It felt like I was keeping score. I was like, oh yeah, I see some big cheeks. But then one day we met up, and my God, she was hotter than I remember her. I was like, this is some bullshit. I was like, this is gonna be a long year, man. And I know a lot of you guys might think it's so fucked up, all right? But look, we're talking about men here. Male nature. Male nature, we're savages, people. Men are savages. Men are like this. Sorry to break it to you, right? So that's one thing, getting in better shape. If a man sees you get in better shape, I can promise you, he's gonna come back. And if you don't take him back, he's gonna regret losing you. Because the only reason, the most powerful regrets that we have isn't when we mess up and we get a second chance. That we could kind of deal with that regret. The regret that hurts the most is losing that person and never having another chance again, and then seeing that person whom we lost look way better than before. It hurts the ego. It hurts my ego because, like I said, we want you at your best. We want to know we had you at your best, people. I bet some of you guys are looking at me like I'm some kind of psycho, but it's kind of true, man. So that's one thing. Getting in better shape. The next thing is healing emotionally. Exes have a extrasensory perception for happiness, right? Whenever you get happier, men can sense it. People can sense when you're happier, and they don't like that. So what they do is that then they go back to you. You gotta understand. Toxic people don't like people who are healed because they can't control them. Toxic people don't like people who are healed because it reflects on them their corrupted nature. And the thing about being healed is that when you heal emotionally, the people who used to attract you, the exes, the people who you used to like, you don't like them no more. Because a lot of the times we tend to be attracted to people based on our traumas of the past. For example, if you were raised with a dad who was super strict, a lot of the times you resent that. And so you start dating women who are the complete opposite and who have no rules and who are completely wild, right? If you were raised with parents who were abusive to you, you would date people who kind of reminds you of that. A lot of the times the attraction we have for our partners are really charged because of our past, because they remind us of our caretakers. And so that relationship between you and your caretaker really have some sexual charge to them. And you only see the sexual charge when you meet someone that reminds you of them. And so a lot of the times this attraction happens because we're not healed, right? It's hard to heal. There's a lot of things to do in life, and one of them is healing. And sometimes we just put that in the back burner. So what we do then, we start to do things to get their attention, right? No, we start to heal, and we start to forgive the people in the past. We start to develop that trait that we are looking in a partner. We start to develop the traits that we are unconsciously attracted to in a partner through healing. Let's just say your parents forced you to be more docile, not to speak your mind. And so you're attracted to people who are more extroverted, who are more in your face, who are more confident. So a lot of the times, to break that attraction to those types of people, it requires us to develop those traits. Because what we really want is to have those traits. And so if we can't develop it because of some emotional block, we then just become attracted to people who have those traits. And so what healing does is that when you heal, you actually allow yourself to become the person who you were afraid to become, the person who you resisted to become. So if you were somebody who was more scared, more shy, through the healing process, you become more assertive, you become more confident, right? And unfortunately for people, what you guys have to understand is that the healing process is not an ayahuasca trip. It's not seeing a shaman. It's not taking a drug. The healing process is observing your emotions, observing yourself, developing a meditation practice, or even having some religious ritual. A lot of times, by you having a religious ritual or developing a deep meditation practice, you could allow yourself to let go to a higher power. You allow something greater than yourself to heal you. And a lot of the times, in my opinion, it's your own brain. But a lot of people, if you're religious, you're going to believe it's God. And it does have the same effect. And it heals you from within, right? But a spiritual practice will always bring healing. And when you actually heal, you'll stop being attracted to those people. In fact, they'll make you sick just thinking about being with them. And this will allow you to do the next thing, is that you never go back. You heal and you never go back to them. And that hurts a lot when you can't get some. It's like an itch that you cannot scratch. And unfortunately, a lot of us don't have the mental fortitude, the emotional resilience to deal with that and to actually not go back to an ex, because a lot of times we're going back for the self-esteem, we're going back for the validation, we're going back for the acceptance, we're going back to redeem ourselves because we feel like we lost the previous battle. And so what you're doing to yourself is that you're exposing yourself to more pain. You're exposing yourself to get back to square one and to re-injure yourself and have to start all over again. And the way to completely end this is to never go back. I can promise you, you may not see the tears so that you could salt your food and eat it. You're not going to see those tears of an ex wanting to get back with you. Most likely you won't. Maybe you would, right? Like some people get that pleasure, that sardonic pleasure of seeing somebody beg for them and you not go back to them, right? It does. Some people do get that, but I don't want you to recommend that. I don't want you to rely on that, because one, is fucking evil. I don't know what the hell why you're like petting your cat when your ex wants you to go back to them. I don't know why you're doing that. But also because you can't really depend on people for happiness. And unfortunately, when it comes to exes, we're hoping that they come back for us to soothe our ego. Unfortunately, soothing our ego just doesn't bring happiness, people. What really brings happiness is letting go of the past and letting go of the burden of the past through a meditation practice and through forgiving. Because unfortunately, if you take them back, a part of you is going to want some revenge, people. A part of you is going to want to hurt them subtly. You might be extra late to the dates as a subtle jab at them. You may even cheat on them to get that revenge on them. It's not healthy for you to be with someone who you haven't forgiven. And it's not healthy to be with someone who you can't trust. It does affect you psychologically. And it hurts. And it does sabotage your future relationships. So if you feel like you can't trust them, but you still want them, unfortunately, you got to weigh your options. You can't be with someone who you can't trust. So you got to walk away. Like, it's like, that's why they're an ex. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I hope this video, you enjoyed this video. Understand that the regret comes in them never having you back. You can never get them to regret you if they have you. Unfortunately, people, you have to understand exes are an ex for a reason. You have to end it. Because by you keeping an ex in your life, it's going to stop you from moving on to another potentially healthy relationship. Okay? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys ever want to work with me one-on-one to get over your ex, click on the description down below where it says work with me one-on-one. And don't forget, we're having 50% off all of our courses using the coupon code MINDFUL. And 20% off my coaching call using the coupon code MINDFUL. And I'll see you guys later. Take care.